is Evan Harrington. I am here with Buffalo State men's head hockey coach Steve Murphy for episode 7 of Mondays with Murph. We have an action-packed episode today. We're going to talk about some of the games from the past week in Morrisville and Hobart, and talk about the games coming up this weekend on the road versus Plattsburgh and Potsdam. All right, let's start last week with the Wednesday game. We played against Morrisville on the road, winning 3-2 in a big SUNYAC matchup. What did you like from your guys in that game?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a tough place to play, and they're a very good, hard-working team, and it was nice to bounce back from the Friday loss to Fredonia. We get a huge 2 points in SUNYAC, so that was important to get our first 2 points and try and get some momentum going in the conference.
All right, definitely for sure. And then obviously the next game this past Friday night against the number 2 ranked team in the country in Hobart, we did end up losing 4-3 in overtime. But just talk about the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was they scored with 40 seconds left to tie it, and ultimately get a power play in overtime, and it was definitely a heartbreaker. Would like to see our guys pull that out. I definitely think there's some things we could have done differently in the final couple minutes there to secure the win. But ultimately, pretty proud of the guys, just the way they played and how hard they competed. And I think if we put that effort, forward each and every day, I think we're just going to be, just fine. But yeah, I would have really liked the guys to enjoy that victory. I was definitely pulling for them.
I mean, obviously in the locker room after, there's a lot of emotions going on within that, game after the loss. Can you just kind of give us a sense of like what you said to the guys in the locker room after?
Yeah. I mean, listen, again, at the end of the day, this is, we're about winning here, and we didn't win, but I just told them, I said, very, very proud of them, just the way that they stepped up and they competed. It's Hobart's a really good hockey team, and it's a tough place to play, and it came down there to the final 40 seconds where we were 40 seconds away from upsetting the number 2 team. So ultimately we're trying to learn how to win still and close out games, and hopefully that'll come. Hopefully we can look back at or take this experience from Hobart, learn from it, and then when we get in this position again, we learn and we know, or we figure out how to close out games.
All right, so a player that I want to talk about is Nikita Kozarev, number 7, the forward, most of the time on the top line in the power play unit for yourself. He's heating up a little bit. He's got 2 goals against Hobart and 1 against Morrisville. Talk about his game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, it speaks for itself. He's a phenomenal offensive player. Kind of been juggling some lines and trying to get some more offense going through our group. And I said early on, Ev, like ultimately you need your best players night in and night out to lead the team. And I think he's hitting his stride. He's gotten better every game here, and so we just need him to keep doing what he does and keep contributing for us. And I think there's multiple ways that he can do that. It's not always on the score sheet. He's been great for us. He's one of our best players, and we need him to be at his game or his best every night. And he's playing really well right now.
All right, now let's transition on to this week's set of games. Friday, we're set to go on the road against the Potsdam Bears. Right now, currently, they are 0-5 and also 0-4 in conference play. Their next game is versus Canton, which is before us, so subject record can change there. Talk about the Potsdam Bears a little bit.
I mean, it's a very tough trip to go up and up to the North Country and 2 hard teams, and obviously they're still trying to find their way as we are, and it's going to be a tough game. It's a hard place to play. They're a very patient, hard-working team, and then they're going to make you pay when you make mistakes. So ultimately, we need to play our game and be sound defensively and execute our chances when we get them offensively. But it'll be a tough matchup. I mean, the record is it definitely doesn't speak for how good they are. So those are a massive 2 points on the line. We're kind of trying to catch some teams here in the conference that have played some more games than us. Obviously Potsdam's behind us, so we're trying to obviously kick them down the standings a little bit more as we move up, but that'll be a tough game. It will be tough.
All right, so after that one, we will still be in kind of relatively the same area on the road trip. We'll be taking on the Plattsburgh Cardinals on the season. They are 3-1-2 and 2-1-1 in conference play. Their next game is versus Fredonia, which is another SUNYAC matchup before us. Talk about the Plattsburgh Cardinals and what they bring to the table coming up against us?
Yeah, I mean, it's a team that's built a little bit different than Potsdam. It's a lot more speed, a little bit more skill. So it'll be kind of a completely different game Saturday, but they're off to a good start too. So that'll be another good challenge for us to see where we're at relative to them. And again, ultimately, that's a team that is ahead of us points wise in the standings, and so we're trying to catch them. But yeah, they're off to a good start. You know, just tied Geneseo this past weekend. So it'll be a good test for us these two games, and you know, hopefully we can take care of business Friday night and then turn our attention to Plattsburgh on Saturday.
All right, outstanding. That has been another episode of Mondays with Murph. This wraps up episode 7, and I just want to say thank you to head coach Steve Murphy for always joining me on Mondays. It makes for great content, and the viewers love it as well. All right, so I just want to say thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next Monday.